Hi, I'm Helena from Alpha Korean Class. This time, I'm gonna tell you how to make a year's plan for studying Korean. In the last video, I said that it can be very difficult to speak Korean fluently for a year. Of course, it is true that it takes a long time to study the Korean language at the same level as when you speak your mother tongue. However, a year is enough to succeed in the basic conversation or to step up from your current level now. If you plan well and actually do it, then let's find out how to make a year-long Korean study plan well. And this video was inspired by watching Korean announcer Sonmina's video about how to study foreign language, and I applied it to the Korean study plan. From now on, we look around how to plan for a year according to each month. Before that, you should keep in mind that no one is responsible for your Korean studies until now and in the future. No one knows you as well as yourself. So hire yourself as a learning manager. Knows not only what to do, but also why and how to do it. Based on today's information, you have to invest a lot of time and effort to make a plan that suits you. If you have studied Korean without any plans so far, this year will be the chance, okay? Then let's get started. January is the month when you choose a textbook, teachers, and online materials that are perfect for you. Since the level and the goals of Korean language are all different, it is important to find the right textbook and teachers for your level and taste. If you don't spend enough time to search at this stage, your skills will not improve well for a year and you will waste much time wandering around. Therefore, it is better to choose online lessons, apps, textbook, etc. considering your budget, level, and lifestyle. February is the month to make a habit. Listening is the most important thing to make Korean study permeate into life. Reading subtitles together while watching Korean drama is not studying listening, but reading, so it is important to listen comfortably without subtitles. At this time, let's make Korean sounds flow like background music through podcast. Naturally get used to your ears in Korean pronunciation and intonations. Even on the way to work, on the way home, at this time, just listen to it every day and focus on making habits. And March is the month to organize grammar, of course. If you try organize Korean grammar in depth, it will not be enough even if it takes a lifetime. So let's aim to study only the grammar that is most commonly used, and you really shouldn't make mistakes. And the essential grammar that is necessary for basic speaking or basic reading. Depending on your preference, you can study with books or find free or paid lessons. April and May are months to study vocabulary, phrases, and idioms. When memorizing words, it is better not to memorize them recklessly, but to memorize a few, like 3 a day, 5 a day, and so on. Also, make sure to memorize the example sentences together. Try to memorize the phrases by catching the verb and the particles. At this time, you can make a list of words for 2 months in advance, or you can buy a well-organized book or program. And June is the month of entertainment. Let's get as much Korean content as possible so that you can reward your hard work so far and feel the joy of it. You will have an advanced stage in listening to Korean through your favorite content such as drama, movies, music, and podcasts. If there is any content that is possible to see the script at this time, it is good to check your skills through dictation of one scene or even one sentence. And the following July is the month of speaking practice. At this time, you go to a meeting where you can practice speaking, like a speaking course or a place where you can talk in Korean freely. Nowadays, people often find language exchange partners online, and they can meet speaking partners through apps like HelloTalk. At this time, try to make the partner or teacher you want as specific as possible so that you can find the right person. Okay, and the next August and September are months of intensive reading, writing, listening, and speaking training. At this time, you will study various areas of Korean language in accordance with their balance and will be able to create synergy effects with each other. For example, practice listening through audiobooks and get the same paper book to read directly. And read it aloud for practicing your pronunciation. And keep a diary in Korean at the same time. Okay, and the following October and November are months of intensive study of vulnerable areas. It is to find and improve areas that lack vocabulary, grammar, reading, writing, speaking, among things that have been studied so far. Making your skills stronger by reviewing the existing textbook and listening materials. Lastly, December is the next year's planning month. Set a goal to upgrade your Korean language skill to the next level. If you want to watch Korean dramas without subtitle, you can also plan to memorize 500 vocabulary words that are frequently used in Korean drama next year. And you can decide to study abroad at Korean University next year. For that, you may set a goal for the TOPIK Level 4 exam. Or if you want to read Korean books, you can make a list of Korean books in your favorite field and aim for the next year to study the intermediate level of grammar to read. Alright, so today we talked about how to make a plan for you to master some basic Korean language throughout 2021. I also have a goal of conducting a live class in English at the end of this year, so I will study to be more fluent in English according to this plan throughout the year. 4 months from now, I will try to find textbook, teachers, and video lessons and make feasible plans. And I will upload related contents about Korean according to this plan every month. So let's start studying Korean language with me and write down your goal of studying Korean for this year in the comments. And see you next time. 안녕!